Witness the great ish of McBunda ish.
The Issues Podcast, hosted by McBunda, co-hosted by Neelejah and the Voice of God.
I had a conversation with someone yesterday. I was like, what? How can we change this? And he's like, accountability. I say accountability also leads to morals.
Thank you.
Understand? It will start with morals. You understand? If you don't have morals, you understand? Our government is going nowhere.
Because what sucks is you're sitting with people that are sitting there wounded. You're sitting with wounded seniors inside our political game.
Yes.
Wounded seniors that are now running our game on their wounds.
We're just waiting for them to go to the Beatles.
But what amazes me is many. When I put on the show,
Abu Shani. Yeah, and Neelejah was singing there. I had to disturb her. I'm so sorry. And she was singing some dope ish. You can finish it.
I know.
Some applause, guys. Abu Shani.
Yazi bengiyimele yazi uqale slow ngathi angeke kasikene shweni kunje people's like
Nje. Oh, guys, we missed y'all, man. I missed everyone here, and I love the ish that we had before we ish. You get me, guys, and the issues had a gig. Like literally, we all had a gig.
Literally,
all
everyone
of us
was working, yo.
Do you understand? Even the behind the scenes was working. Imagine.
I tell you, the code,
Imagine,
the Neelejah, the McBunda, yo, guys. By the way, before we start, yo, and Bunda the Shangan, the Tonga pop star, yo.
Hi, y'all know Neelejah. Like, it's their voice. I feel like if I was like the voice of God and I wasn't in front of the cameras, y'all will just be, that's Neelejah. That one is Neelejah.
Please stop claiming my name.
I am
the
not
voice
claiming.
of God.
No, I didn't say if I was like.
You're not going to be out here
darling, it's a simile.
taking my titles.
Darling, it's a simile. Learn it. It's okay. Simile, meaning like as. It's as.
Chill like it's late.
Like it.
Chill.
Come to earth. Taking me back
Come to earth.
man.
We feel like you're on heaven now. Come to earth. Come down to earth.
Come to us.
Chill like it's lean. Chill like it's lean.
It's not your boy, it's your man, the voice of God. We're back for another one. Chop has going. It is
On top of another one.
episode number 16 and counting.
We are going.
We are going.
Because I bumped into someone on the cab who was like, what episode you guys on? I'm still on episode 8. Girl, babes. Come double digits, right? Nah. Come double. You know?
Hey, Zizi. You good?
Guys. We guys.
And the way she's chilling, she's in the ish. She like it's lean.
Mami ngifuna ubuya emadebeni guys ukuthi ngizochilla kanje.
Hey,
Guys, it was fantastic. Yabona if you guys get to see her pictures in that bikini because I'm a gold.
Who goes to Durban in January?
Yeah.
Who does
when
that?
We are broke.
People that have money.
I'm like, people who have money.
Wow, yo guys, it's all man. Yes, okay. Before we get in, I just want to talk about yesterday when we were at the park and thing is
Drama.
No, it was not that. Good at this time, like I was speaking to the guys, and then you were singing. I felt like it's in the movie like Maskulum. It came as a movie like Sakuluma, and then when you always sing, you know the soundtrack, and I was like, oh shit, this is dope, man! Like,
I understand.
Oh yeah.
We were singing about departure.
Departure, it's a friend.
Departure feel.
Like, and the way Neelejah
Can somebody play that audio?
key.
Can somebody play that audio for people just a little bit, for the boys?
Did you have the audio?
Yeah, we were recording on video. So someone can play it here for the people.
Have it?
Yeah. Yes.
Bring it fast.
Bring it, guys. The way.
not, so I don't know which one of it.
Start
The
with the
first
first one. The very first one, because the second one we were
You
just
took a
going.
video.
Yeah, we're doing a fit.
You must send
will
that video so God can
yes,
put it
yeah, he can put it here. God will put it here for us,
Yeah.
so you guys can actually see what we're talking about. My God, it is the one.
My God.
No, they can't
No,
see
you'll
it
find. Don't
because
worry, they'll
Yesterday I'm
hear it.
telling God that I love him there. I'm like, God, I love you.
My man
Shape
doesn't
bomb.
say anything behind the cameras like
Yeah,
that.
man, I think he was listening to those guys, maybe.
Oh yeah, wait, when I voice of God, when you're listening to people, they're
Yesterday I was like, God, I love you. I'll show you more.
I wasn't. I wasn't.
was
Thing
on
is
the
now
phone.
we can't hear it now when you volume yakho iphansi kanje.
iPhone, imoshaya kanjani? I'm kidding.
But anyway, they'll see it.
your iPhone people would have you on the knees. People would. Yes, that's just try. Because have you ever seen how iPhone users feel themselves? Oh my
Again.
gosh, out the asses like
We are
Yazi-
pooper. Oh.
Yazi.
I got NY. It's not
Because you guys
18.
insist on holding the phone out. Like an iPhone user, your
2
phones are
minutes.
always in your hand.
Man, I'm so trying.
Like we get it. It's an iPhone. Like we get it.
Hey, calm down now, Nele.
We get it. No, I have an iPhone. Chill. We get it. Like it's an iPhone.
Keep it. Keep
Yeah,
it.
guys, so hey,
sure.
getting in the issues now. Hey, I know a lot of people are like, hey, McBunda, yeah, saying again and then listen again. It's just like past a few weeks and thing is, man. Like I don't know, man. Like I've been worried, even though I know I'm worried this already, but it won't change anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, whoever will be watching this, I mean, I'm motivated. Like I just wanna think that this thing you go see, everyone is gonna trust the government, the whatnot. Just do your thing. Leave this one. If you wanna umelebona, hey, you're gonna limal, man. You're gonna limal, yo. Like, yeah, we're talking about politics today, guys. Hey, we are talking about
My
politics.
least favorite.
And what
topic.
McBunda is saying,
Not for
ukhuluma
me.
iqiniso, because last year's elections there was a low youth turnout to the voting.
Yeah, because
to the
I didn't even
elections.
vote.
You understand? I didn't vote.
I didn't register. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
register Nami. I didn't
Because
because I'm like,
you're fine. Like, you go to that one. Let's say, for example, I think allegedly before, like you go to ANC, like come on ANC, like you've been like already we know y'all. Then you go to like DA. I would vote for it, but you know already the other politics. And then there's EFF, this guy, but I'm like, you can't just trust anyone. Just do your ish. And thing is, yeah.
I mean, I feel like there are different people with the one voice. I don't know if does that make sense. Or they are different voices, but one person. You understand? Because
Yeah.
my thing is, if you realize when the ANC campaigns, they talk about change. Other parties, when they campaign based on what ANC is doing wrong. You understand? Like 5 years ago, DA was against the e-tolls. I don't know if you remember that. They always say vote for DA and e-tolls will be done and you're gonna get jobs and all those things. You understand? And remember when we were talking before off air, before we started recording, we were talking about how we're trying to name the topics that we're gonna talk about. I was like, apartheid's negative legacy, you understand? And you just said apartheid negacy, you understand? Because I feel like the reason why we are here is because of what happened in apartheid, you understand? And I always say, okay, this is gonna sound so
Say it.
controversial, and you understand?
Yeah.
Apartheid was low-key a blessing in disguise, but at the same time, that blessing is not really a blessing, turned out to be a curse right now, you understand? Because
Talking like God. You are him.
you understand? Because do you know that apartheid was the South African apartheid government was the best form of governing people, was the best form of discrimination against white people, because the way it started was the white people, Afrikaners and the English of South Africa went around the world and studied different kinds of discriminations, from Hitler to to go to America. How do they do their things? Came back to South Africa, colonized it even further, and in 1948, that's when they made apartheid official.
Cause sorry to cut you. I remember even Trevor Noah, like he always says that the racism of SA is the best in the world.
Basically,
Even the America one is like this
I
one.
feel you because imagine to figure to a point of white people going to a toilet, this toilet, and black people going to the toilet. You understand? White people using this bench, black people not using this bench. You understand? So today I just want us to talk about the legacy of apartheid. You understand what it brought, and maybe coming up with not a solution, but what could have Bunda done? What could have Neelejah done? What could have the Voice of God done? What could have Zuzu done? You understand?
I won't tell you on the dance and the issues, but mostly my concern, it's mostly about, you see, the 1994. I was not there, I understand. And then now you go back. Not good to say I'm trying to boost the Londons and things, but like when I thought of it, because I saw when de Klerk passed on, I'm like, damn, people like even our age, like after 1994, like okay, we learned about it. Okay, so this is how the way you get me and thing is, but obviously, but how I saw that people didn't forgive. It's because it was 1994. Okay, we could vote. Okay, things were changing. I think that was like, yeah, at least we won't suffer. But now when you hear other people like, yo, but the things they did.
Thing is, Bunda, one thing about F.W. de Klerk, he was a hero in a way, because if it was someone else, he wouldn't have agreed to sit down with Mandela and listen to him, to what he wants for South Africa. You understand?
Yeah, but this one, look, sorry, this one is not about de Klerk.
Yeah, I'm just trying to show you about how when you say people didn't forgive.
Yeah,
he didn't want to release he didn't want to admit. First of all, he said apartheid wasn't a crime. That's what he basically said. You understand? And
justify it.
You understand? So
Justified.
To justify it, you understand? So people didn't didn't accept it. You understand? It's even getting hot. You understand? It's even getting hot. You understand? He didn't want to admit to that crime. You understand? That's why EFF said no, it can't be a state funeral. It can't be, because he's not acknowledging what they did wrong, because he didn't just become a president of South Africa. He didn't just become. He had to go through those things. That's what we want, you understand? He had a chance, good Truth and Reconciliation Commission, led by Desmond Tutu, you understand? Where people came, white people who did wrongs to black people and black people who did wrong to white people or whatever came to receive amnesty and said, yo, now I was kirumile ke mang 1 2 3 go patshwarela, understand? If you can see visuals of what happened then, bro, it was emotional roller coaster, understand? People cried, even Tutu cried.
There was this video, and unfortunately this one never gets old, but then when you would see they lash out the dogs to chase the black man, and
bro,
like it's a human being. Yo, I forgave. I'm not saying that there's no, but like, yo, I was like, people went through shit.
Even when Mandela appeared to the TRC, because there was a child apparently called Stompy.
That one,
you understand? People were accusing her of having a hand in his death and everything. You understand? So I think Nelson Mandela thought the TRC would help. When Becky came in, he thought giving people 30,000 rands, or Mandela thought giving people 30,000 rands would help. You understand? And I don't know, I would like to pose a question to both of you. Do you think our generation will change what we are going through? Or do you think the fact that there's already politicians there, they're gonna pass on this habits and corruption habits onto our generation, and South Africa will be like that? Because many people are saying South Africa is going into Zimbabwe's way.
We are there.
We are going. We are going.
Look at the petrol.
First of all, what pisses me off is apartheid isn't over, guys.
It is.
As the people are out just saying, apartheid used to be. It's not a used to be. It's currently going on. Worst thing, guys, it's happening in our schools. It's happening in our workplaces. It's happening in the streets. people are, as in, what pisses me off the most is how we're glorifying the fact that our own black people are our apartheid oppressors. They have turned into our tugleks. They have turned into the men that throw dogs on our people. Because you look at our justice system, number one. I don't know if I were to talk about SAPS and JMPD in a whole, you all would know how I would spit on them. But I have friends who work for the SAPS. So I can't just do that because I know they are trying to at least fight for good. What makes me, you know what I mean? What our brothers and sisters, guys, are turning into the people we cannot trust. Imagine I cannot feel safe walking into a police station. Me, I can't feel safe walking into a police station because police have hands in the pocket of the government, guys. Manizandla inside the jar, and this jar is so good, helping you would just be out of their way. Right. Masapatalo without helping you. Ungafika ne rape case yako by slaughter, and this man still gets paid at the end of the day without having done work in the office. So the justice system is just the one flaw in South Africa where if that one flaw isn't buffered out, we cannot expect a foundation of change when the people cannot trust our government. We can't trust it because you guys throw promises at us like we're children on the streets, Ekoneni, waiting for you to give us something. We're waiting, Ekoneni, for you to give us the rain you say is going to come. We're stuck in the desert. You as our government is looking at us dry out there when you guys are sitting in your little houses sheltered Gumnandi and the money's in your
grannies
pocket.
are still waiting at the bus stop, waiting for that rain.
They're still waiting.
They're still waiting. Others died waiting.
What pisses me off, have you seen our political government? How many of them are youth?
Dog.
I'll wait for it. How many of them are youth? And then you guys are out here saying, yeah, youth will change the world. You guys are not even giving us a chance. Kanchan.
Start by putting youth into the parliament full.
But y'all will let youth into the South African force. How the hell are we supposed to run the country as headless chickens? You guys are putting a gun in our hands, expecting the government to change.
Yo, bro, that's a point. That's a point.
You're putting a gun in my hand, expecting me to change what a pen should.
Yeah,
what a pen should be doing. I'm putting a gun in the streets.
You understand?
You have guys where our youth is this jails. Sangana no mutana 21 can't even write down a statement.
You understand? Our youth minister is like education minister is about 70 years.
Thank you. Not even a youth minister, but our education system is built on the youth. You understand?
You understand?
You sit here and expect change. Kanjan, if you still have hands of the old ones running the game.
People who feel like the state
crying today.
You understand? Because look, I understand you fought for our freedom, right?
Thank you.
Question: are we free yet? Let's start there. You understand?
But we're still like this. Marama chains were just covered in diamonds.
So now they feel like the state owes them.
We're just dripping.
You understand?
They're pretty.
Look, now I understand. I understand the pain that you went through.
Bruh.
But don't feel like the state owes you. You understand?
Yeah.
By you being corrupt. They can give you some. Claudio Mutweneng gave the artist of, I think he said from 1980s to 2006, he gave them 53Ks just to thank them for what they did for the South African music industry. You understand? As the SABC head. You understand?
Yes.
I would understand if the government does that. Now for you to say, we fought for this country, so this money is mine, isn't
our land.
And you can't understand? I had a conversation with someone yesterday. I was like, what? How can we change this? And he's like, accountability. I say accountability also leads to morals.
Thank you.
You understand? It will start with morals. You understand? If you don't have morals, you understand? Our government is going nowhere.
Because what sucks is you're sitting with people that are sitting there wounded. You're sitting with wounded seniors inside our political game.
Yes.
Wounded seniors that are now running our game on their wounds.
We're just waiting for them to go to the Beatles.
But what amazes me is many of them need to be on pension right now, but they are running our government.
You
How?
understand?
I'm not saying that old people can't run our government, but give it into the youth's hands.
Understand.
Like why I say youth is because our youth would be able to know how to deal with the problems we are currently facing. You are not living the
Because we are
problems
here.
You are not on the streets. That's another thing.
That's the thing that they're doing. And if this is why we're turning to a South Africa that's doing things on our own. We're literally turning into a South Africa that's turning on our government.
Right.
Hanyani.
Right.
We are doing our things on our own, getting our
The youth is realizing that
clearly
I can't be out here busy striking because Gafana.
Nothing's happening.
Let me stand up and do my thing.
They're giving us empty promises. They're telling us this is why people are doing things on their own because we're not even getting the helping hand to be able to do things on our own. Funny start from the bare bottom scratch.
Now what?
Scratch, boy. Like
now what I hate is now they trying to blackmail us and use emotional tactics to us to say if you don't vote, you're gonna take back the power back to the white.
Sorry. Yeah, that one. That's one. Yeah, guys, it's like
how's the little camera?
you even get like last year when it was voting time. I told this other guy, I was like, I don't have a problem. I would vote if you were doing these things, campaigning every year. Not when election are coming. I would do it. But why did you like Sinasi Dom? And then in paying food. You get an old lady like I'm a call. Mandela Vele asi. But okay, you understand because she was in the apartheid and they valid for her. Like yeah, sebeba free. Young told like yeah, okay, the best. Mara Nina need their own power. Like the Boko Laba. Do you think they are stupid? Like you giving them MC promise, but there are some villages namanje Amanzaweko. There's no like Marbate gonna change brings everything, and they're still voting.
Which brings me to Lentole, why we have load shedding today. Apparently, years ago, after freedom, after in democracy, when we got our democracy, the energy minister, I think Ukuzi Lewati, bro. More people are gonna have access to electricity and water. Understand? Widen your electricity circuit of the country. Widen your power stations. Have more powerful energy and power. You understand? But because blacks were power, it's like 2007.
That's exactly what's going on
2008.
Right now. That's exactly what's going on right now.
You understand? That's when we started having heavy power cuts. You understand? 2015 was the worst. Understand? And
that time
because there were Guptas involved too. You understand? So you understand? So dog, this is the apartheid legacy that we're living in right
what makes
now.
Me so, that's what I'm saying to you. The wounded seniors is what's making me so mad, because they're teaching the ones that come in that are sort of youth. I say sort of youth because some of them are in their late 30s.
Yeah,
I say sort of youth. Bazongena, and I hate this when this country can sit, man, and explain to us how they're gonna do well for us, but they can't explain when shit hits the fan. Guys, monies have gone missing high thousand good country, and we're also brainwashed enough.
500 billion.
This is how we're like sheep, right? And they'll throw something in the corner to deviate away from what's big and what's happening. Guys, money disappeared. Do you understand when I say money disappeared? And this president still hasn't explained to us, where is the money? And this question has haunted me, guys. Not to say I want to find out where it is, Yonke, but to say, if we cannot be transparent as we say we were before. Years ago, this was promised to us, guys, that we were going to have a transparent government. We still don't. We have a government that gives us a face that they want us to see. Yes. A face that they want us to look at. A face that they think is great for us to be. A propaganda. That's what we're living right now. We are living a propaganda.
The book we were reading.
Media.
We are not living.
Media, ne?
We
you know the media of South
actual.
Africa. They should just scratch off media and just say propaganda. Because media is how government pushes their agenda.
People still watch news.
This is what I'm like, for the people that are still watching news, it's all channel like news, guys. I was like, what whose funeral were they covering the other day on the news? Guys, not to say it's not like a big thing, but we're covering news. Not to say with someone's death isn't a big thing, guys. People lose lives every day, and I'm so sorry. As in rest in peace for you. But we are a country that is in crisis, guys, and we are looking for solutions. And if the news is covering things that cannot help us find these solutions, or cannot help us see where the trouble is, because what the news was evidently supposed to be was supposed to tell us or give us a sort of a perspective of what's happening in the country. Guys, when you look at the news, you don't know what the hell is going on. You're looking at half propaganda. You're looking at half empty promises. You're looking at half of what they want you to see and not what you need to see. Not even half, right? And what I hate is they cover the chaos as if that's telling us what's going on. We already know what's going on because we're causing the chaos. We're tired as the people. So of course, strike, guys. Of course, because as a country, we got to turn on the government now because the government isn't for us. And I'd hate for them to say we are trying everything we can. No, you are not. You're trying everything you can for you.
For you.
For you, my man. Because, guys, how many tenders have gone missing? $10 years.
You know, tenders were one brilliant thing to empower black people, but thing is now.
Yes. Now it's what?
Like it's like
because our politicians are driving what we need. Are driving the money we need.
You understand?
Imagine the money we need for our education is parked in a man's garage. He's walking in he's calling our money for the government home.
Cause lento le amatenda umuntu a politician uyakunika when as a tenderpreneur with you. This is a tender that's available. I can give this to you if you're gonna give me this amount of money. That's why tenders are where they are right now. Dog, in other countries, if you go in a pothole, dog, within 2 days, 3 days,
can I name the country? Japan.
It's enough.
Can I just name the one of the countries?
You understand?
Japan.
Yeah. Also coming to the tender, I would say that with the tender, here's the thing, food. Let's not forget. You see, sometimes if you give umuntu phuma ku poverty mali bhaya, uyangithola. So that's a poverty mentality already. Uyangithola labantu baphuma ku poverty manje bathola le khundla lezi. Obviously ucabangela yena. Uyambona umuntu like already you are fighting for. It's like I don't know if you were watching the podcast on McBunda interview of that guy from SABC.
Yeah.
He was the COO.
Yeah.
At SABC. Yeah. Like if you had that guy, Upuma somewhere, you just want to help people.
Exactly.
You get me? So obviously, let's say for example, like because some politicians, benefit coming from poverty. Already when they get that money, they don't even care. Like yo, our people, they're like, what's up,
I get that.
Yeah.
So, Bunda, are you just briefly? Are you suggesting that tenders must be given to rich people, or are you suggesting the education system must, like right now, umuntu makaku grade 4 afundiswe manager imali?
Sometimes you wanna watch it. Good question. It's like before Baba Panela Matenda, let there be like a pre-ish. Okay, so we give you this. It's like probation. You get me? Sibon. You get me? We're like, nah, you're not the. But obviously, you get me.
That's why I'm like, when it comes to money, guys, it must never be an individual's decision. Because I feel like if there's many heads on the money, there's a difference. And I'm not saying many heads where it's a room full of the specific type of people. Because you can put a room full of greedy mother. You can put a room full of. We need a place where all whatever that money is going to be impacting. Say you guys are going to be building a school. Why not the principal of the school be there? Whoever's going to be there. Whoever's going to, watch the construction be there. Whoever's the community person who's going to be there. You understand? Those type of things where when this money is decided upon, not it come from the government then. Because I must say, then.
So this brings me to my
It'll never come
question.
for the...
Right? Uguti, how sure are we that the youth pete is not corrupt?
See, that one is a tricky question, because we can never be too sure, because you have to understand this is also a youth who has to now grow in the poverty that they were trying to keep us from. You have to understand.
I think
some of them grew up in this poverty that you guys speak of. But then there are those. Then there's youth that because guys, I went to school with people where I'm like, I wonder if you ended up in the government. Oh my gosh, where there's people where I looked at them and I'm like, you are one promising. So it's a matter of the type of minds that are given a chance to, because you have to understand, guys, they're gonna see this one's gonna make positive change, and positive means less money. Exactly. So they close such people off, because let's not say our youth has never tried, guys. Let's not say maybe the government has never tried.
True.
Let's not even say our youth has never tried. Let's not say maybe the government or the people in the government haven't tried, right? Because it gets to a point where people do try, but they're never given the platform. They literally sponge you out immediately, or they try and they corrupt your mind. They come to you and they go, and that
doesn't only happen in government. It also happens in private institutions.
You see what she's
schools, in churches, it happens too.
You see what she's saying? Now it brings us to this one, the closing topic.
Yeah.
You just said, Uti, man.
Yes.
Whoa, no.
Don't run, my dear, don't run.
no, what were you saying now?
Yeah, so I was saying Guti
Yeah,
basically
kunabantu
the youth-
abazocorrupt because angeke bagain
Yes.
from that. Which brings me to the Hawaii issue. The Hawaii thing.
Yeah.
90% of the people. I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
obviously getting into this, I feel like maybe the reason going 90% for foreigners working in the Hawaii company and not South Africans is because sometimes when South Africans see this, they want to change a lot of things.
Thank
So
you.
obviously, they don't they won't fight. So
Thank
already
you.
they're eating forever.
Thing is,
And-
one thing I love about South Africans, they know their worth.
Yeah.
That's why some
Yeah.
governments, some
Yeah,
companies
I'm like-
will say, if you bring South Africans here, they're gonna strike here,
And
and
then
then
they're
this
gonna
thing.
tell us-
Because yabaropa
Because yabaropa. Yeah, exactly.
bayaropa because bafuna ukudla emasayidini
exactly for
wabo.
that.
But what makes me angry is when they blame the foreigners and not the
For it.
companies.
Let's see
Because
that.
this is a huge issue.
Yes,
It's a huge issue.
because it was early this year. I was so pissed off.
bayasipana phela la
Because can I
bantu.
tell you, I was
They're
so pissed off.
working.
Can I just say something? The camera better be on my face because I need to make it a point. I was so pissed off, guys. I'm a person who does my hair with foreign people. My hair I'm a foreigner. I'm a foreigner. The reason why is because you get some South Africans and we're like, oh no, it's these companies that do this. Guys, there are some lazy ass South Africans. And I
Okay,
will
that
say
we
it
can also
right
talk
now.
about,
There are
actually.
some lazy ass South Africans that sit there and complain. We were talking about one of those that can complain, guys, are South Africans who have jobs. And
Yeah.
those that are actively looking for jobs
I
if they
will say-
don't have it.
Yeah.
Ungitshele wena ungakwazi nokukhipha i-CV yakho endlini uzongitshela our foreigners are taking our jobs. Which ones? The ones you're not applying for?
For example,
The ones
sorry,
you're sitting on your-
for example, you're gonna continue.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's like yabona. Example, the best one. Yabona ikuta zoma deliver. It's mostly foreigners.
Thank you.
Why? Because they came here. Bafuna uzospa. When abasi yes, wakabanga
Amina scooter. Amina scooter.
Bazozinekas.
It's the same.
Bazozinekas.
It's the
So
same
should we
thing.
stop them?
It's the same thing nomuntu ozongenza inwele guys. Mina ngivuka lana my foreigner knows ukuthi when I'm not even going to call him that Alice knows. Alice uyazi guys uthi mangivuka mina ngivuka 7:30 ngiphumile endlini 8:00 ngikwakhe uyangiqala by 10 I'm done because angithanda ukuhlala ne she knows this uzothola South African izotshela mina the client who's paying her ukuthi what time to pitch. First of all, Dali, this is a business where if you're sitting too late in the afternoons over like 11:10 at least Naya has places to be. And as she always comments me, she always says yazi wena uyavuka mngani laba abanye abavuki, which shows me ukuthi oh wait a minute, she's like uzofika lana barango past 4. I'm trying to rest but I'm supposed to start her hair ngizoqeda ngo past 7 but I asked her to come early. And it's the same thing. There's a girl and I dropped her bill for her doing my hair for that very reason. She'll tell me please figure on 9 guys, like the back of my hand I'll be there 10 to 9. So I'm there 10 to 9. She'll be like yo Chomi ngicela ufike an hour later. I spend my transport coming to you uzongitshela on the dot. In professionalism first of all. Another thing that they do which pisses me off is what's this, they them bringing personal things at work. Uzothola she's doing my hair, she'll leave it halfway. Yo Chomi uzoqeda kusasa ne fanele uyoqedelela khona into
that's not
ephakamile.
being professional.
Whoa, even if you're not sitting inside an office building, I expect you to carry the same qualities they do.
When you do that, how
Like, I
does a
expect you-
founder, how should a founder take you serious?
Thank
when
you.
you go
Exactly.
present what I do here.
I do hair. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You understand? You know,
you're not dedicated.
You're not dedicated.
They're not dedicated.
Lapo, she's gonna. Oh my God, South Africans. Yo, I am not saying be cheap, but damn, Uzotola, I'm supposed to buy my own hairpiece, guys. Coming from Dragon City, and I'm not saying this for just hair, for anything basic as a product of from some South African businesses. Whoa, you guys have got your hands up your asses. Number one, you can't overcharge us for something you know for a fact you didn't even spend that much buying.
Yeah,
but now we must
your
spend.
cost of sales are not that
Dog,
high.
there's this one. You get like thrift shops, guys. We support your thrift shops like crazy. I thrift. Like my jackets. My jackets. I thrift. You get la babala. I buy from inside Soweto. I don't go to town anymore. Uzothola a town, guys. I'm not saying because I rummaged to the bin, I had to pay that amount that I paid for. I'll pay for each transport. I don't mind. But anything I patalele at least 180 rand in town. That jacket I paid 180. I expect you to charge me 230 in town. At least like, yes, I'll pay for your transportation there. But $400. For inting ipatale 180, guys.
You want 100%.
At the same time with my hair, I'll buy a hairpiece like 8 Dragon City, 14 rand a hairpiece, guys. You're gonna charge me for something Uchoma me does for 150 or to 300 rand.
And then you're coming to them.
Wait, and then on top of that, you don't even do quality work on my head. Uzong charge 300 rand.
I was about to say that it also depends
quality.
on quality. It also depends on the quality.
Because
lazy. I wouldn't mind spending in 300 rand on something that is quality.
Yo, man.
Small street LT 120 after two weeks Ishwaban.
You understand?
So it's all about quality also.
I don't.
Don't go 200 profit. On your item,
and then you'll complain when we don't support you. Like those ones that came up with I love the era. The era of Abantana.
To further ish, gonna finish with your comment and coming to the multi when you go, we have like that lady says you wake up early. I wanted to come to this, bro. Do you know, bro? Like imagine in the morning every time, and then I go, like when I get into the taxi, I see majority of women, even young, like young as I, Baba is Panini than Amachi, and like you get me. And you see what's more pay. Sometimes you're like, come on, you just here in Kasi, bro. It's not like, but you see the ladies, bro, even younger than me, by Panini, they're going to hustle.
Exactly.
More ladies in Rivali are working than guys, bro. even on the
that is so it's honest, guys. Let's just be flipping honest. It is so honest. Because guys, let's be like most of them, which what I love is in 2020 and 2021, the youth of Rivali. Most of them that showed me girls were busy with hair, guys, nails. Coming from work at 5. I'm just like, yes, queen. But then you get the same guys that I've been seeing for the last 4 years on the same corner, playing the same dice, drinking the same booze, talking to the same people, calling the same shit, telling me I'm not accepting him the same corner for the last 4 years. So I'm like, you've got to try. You've got something.
I wanna briefly wrap up what you guys were saying now. Firstly, going back to that issue,
and I know sometimes if you're looking for the job, yes, great.
Of foreign nationals. There's this guy who once told me, and it touched me. Understand? He's like, yeah, bruh, I love your job because I used to shoot a Maswaka match for trials and everything for scouts to see these players and everything. So this guy was like, I love your work and everything, but hey man, there are some South Africans, dog. He's like, how can you be poor on your ID, South Africa?
Like,
I'm like, oh, bro, that's for you to think like that. I'm like, bro, that's clever, bro. How? Like, you understand? And also going to lay yama thrifting, dog. If the government was smart enough, if government had more youth, they would realize if you tax the black market, bro, China taxed their black market. That's why economy will be powerful, ganj. You understand? If you go to China, yo dog, I want tax from these things that you do. Yo bro, go to Dragon City, I want tax. Go to small street, go to these thrifting things and say, yo bro, taxi. This is a business. You understand? Imagine where would the country be. You understand? And going to the youth again, talking about government not. I saw something and now I side with the president with that point. He said government won't create jobs, businesses will create jobs. People will last him for that. I'm like, no bro, think about it. If government creates 8 million entrepreneurs, how many employees or jobs are we gonna have? And I close it in Jalo.
As we close the issues, guys, we were deep in the issues. Guys, thank you. Be good tense, Ilana, guys. It was tense. So guys, we love y'all, and please watch this. Like the reason we are doing this, man, in the end, we want y'all to do your own ish, have your own business, so that you can
that's
employ
the point.
people.
And it doesn't have to be a business, guys. Find something that you're good at. Like literally, people are like out here.
Bunda is a huge advocate of that. Find what you love.
Find something you're good at, Brian.
You're done. You get your own happiness, guys. Bunda de Shangan, the 8.
Neelejah.
Voice of God.
Signing out.
Giving the mother God.
Bye, Zoo. Bye, Zoo. She doesn't know.
Bye bye.
The Issues Podcast, hosted by McBunda, co-hosted by Neelejah and the Voice of God.